Hello friends, welcome to my channel. I am CS Jaspreet. If you're new to my channel, I make informative and educational videos for CA, CS and CMA students as well as members. Today I'm starting the CSEET series for my CSEET students with the first subject, that is called Business Communication. Hope you will find these videos informative and hope you'll subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon for all the updates. Starting up with the first topic of this subject, that is English grammar and its usage. I know these are quite common topics, but I've seen in mock tests that there are a lot of questions based on these things, and these are really basic things. If you understand them well, you can really find that English is a very, very easy language. So let's start. There are various parts of speech starting with noun, pronoun, adjectives, verbs, adverbs, prepositions, conjunctions and interjections. Uh, to be very honest, these are very, very simple things. Just these are being complicated, and if you don't understand them, then once you understand them in simple and very common layman language, you'll never forget them and you will never need to go back and read them. You will understand it very well. So let's start with all these parts of speech in this video. Starting with the first part of speech, that is noun. A noun is naming word. It names somebody or something. Types of nouns are common nouns, collective nouns and proper nouns. Like for example, I say Siddharth took the dog to park. Now here what will be the noun? Noun is something, a naming word. Always remember this in mind, the naming word. So in this sentence which I said, Siddharth took the dog to park. Siddharth is a noun, that is a name of a person. Dog is a noun, that is a name of an animal, and park is a noun, that is a name of a place. So anything which is naming something or somebody is a noun. Name of somebody, name of something. It can be name of a person, name of an animal, name of a place. That is a noun. Very simple. What is a noun? A naming word. Whatever name is being given to a place, a person, a thing, that is called noun. Then there are different kinds of noun. Common nouns means that are used commonly, common to all people, like bank, shop, market. These are like very, very common nouns. These are commonly being used. It's a bank without specifying the name, right? It's like it's a bank, it's a shop, it's a market being used commonly. We're not specifying it. Then what are the proper nouns? When you talk about particular persons, like we talk about India, or we talk about Larsen and Turbo, or Delhi, or January, specifically naming something, particularly talking about the name of something, is called proper noun. Then comes collective noun. Collective noun, which is used as a collective thing, number of people, number of animals, number of things, like batch, company, university, crowd, flock, used for number of people, number of things, number of. Now, recalling it again, noun is a very simple thing. It's a naming word, the name of anything, the name of a person, name of a animal, name of a place is a noun, which can be a common, that is commonly used. Proper, if a particular name is being given to a person, a place or a thing. And collective, when number of places, number of people are being referred. There it comes collective noun. Now talking about pronoun. What are pronouns? Pronouns are used in place of nouns, and it may be personal, it may be relative, it may be possessive. Let's talk about in detail. Now pronouns, they are being used in place of nouns only. Like in noun, we were saying that, so and so person, like Siddharth took a dog to park. Here what we will do, when you talk about personal pronouns, then we can say that he took the dog to the park. Instead of using his name, we will say he. So personal pronoun means when you represent things like I, we, you, she, he, it, him, us, them, like this. Instead of taking names, we are using these pronouns. Instead of taking somebody's name, we are, referring him as he, as she, as you. Instead of taking our own name, we are saying I, we. That are the personal pronouns. That instead of taking the name, we are referring the person or the things as I, we, me, you, it, him, us, like that. Then talking about relative pronouns. These are, which are most common relative, like whom, which, that, like that. We use these things, that when you're talking about very common, relative pronouns are these. They act as a pronoun and as a conjunction at the same time. I'll talk about conjunction at the later stage, but relative pronouns are like whom, which, that. These are the relative pronouns. Related to somebody, you can say. That are the relative pronouns. Then talking about possessive pronouns, how you talk about your possessiveness, your possession, like mine, ours, yours, theirs, in that way. Very simple. Instead of taking somebody's name, instead of referring somebody by some particular name, which we were doing in we were doing in nouns, now we are talking it like I, we, me, you, which, that. In that way we use pronouns in place of nouns. For personals, I've told you I, we, you, she, he, right? For relatives, like related, whom, which, that, like that. And possessive, talking about the possessions, right? Mine, ours, yours, theirs. So these are the pronouns. Then talking about adjectives, a word used to describe or point out a person, animal, place or thing which the noun names or tell the number and quantity is called a adjective. Adjective is, in simple words, if I tell you what is an adjective, it's like, in first place you can say it's like a compliment if given to a person. That is an adjective, right? If we say Rani is a beautiful girl, then what is an adjective? Beautiful, right? So these are the things. When you describe something, when you point out something, in a person, in animal, in place, that is called an adjective, right? If I say he gave me 6 books, then how many books did he give me? 6. That is an adjective. When you describe something, when you point out something particularly, right? In case of person, the simple thing to understand an adjective is like we give a compliment to a person. That is something we call an adjective. And in case of other things, if you're describing how many books you are giving or how many animals are there or how's that place, when you describe something in simple words, when you describe or you point out how the thing is, how the animal or the place is at that point of time, you give some number or you give some quantity or you give some quality to a person. That is an adjective. 2 or more words can be joined with a hyphen to form a compound adjective. If you want to make it a compound adjective, so you can use 2 or more words. Like if I say it's a government financed project. So government financed is a compound adjective. We are using 2 words to describe a project, and that is a compound adjective. When we are using 2 or more words by using a hyphen. Right? So in that way, that is an adjective. Moving further with verb. A verb is a word that tells or asserts something about a person or thing. Tells or asserts something about a person. Verb comes from the Latin word verbum, which meaning a word. It is so called because it is the most important word in the sentence. Verb is basically what is happening in the sentence. That is verb, sorry, that is verb. It tells or asserts something about a person or a thing. Now what does a verb may tell us? It will tell us what a person or thing does, what is done to a person or thing, or what a person or thing is. So that is something verb tells us. For example, if I say Rohit runs, the bell rings, we are telling what is the person doing or what is the thing doing. That is a verb. Runs, rings, that is a verb. What a person is doing, what a thing is doing, or what is done to a person or thing. If we say Ram is beaten, the door is broken, at that point of time beaten and broken are the words which we call as verb, because that is something what is done to a person or a thing, or how what a person or thing is. Like, I feel sad, the chair is broken, the boy is hurt, broken, and sad. In simple words, when you read any sentence, always remember the most important word in this sentence is its verb only. It will tell you what a person is doing, or what a thing is doing, or how it is done to what is done to a person or a thing, or what a person or a thing is. So that is a verb which tells or asserts something about a person or a thing. Moving forward to adverb. Now, while adjectives qualify or add the meaning to the meanings of nouns, adverbs modify the meaning not only of verbs but also of adjectives, prepositions, conjunctions, etc. So adjectives, they qualify, as I told you, like, they tell something about a number, about a quantity, but adverbs will modify the meaning. I'll give you some illustrations, like the CEO is an exceptionally sharp manager. There is a sharp is an adjective. As I told you, when you're using some, telling about some quality or adding some number or giving a compliment to a person, that is an adjective. But you're saying exceptionally sharp. You are adding an adverb exceptionally to an adjective which is sharp. You're already using an adjective, but you are raising its bar up. You are modifying the adjective also. Now you are saying the CEO is an exceptionally sharp person. That means exceptionally has been added to it. Exceptionally is modifying the adjective sharp in itself. So this is what an adverb is. An adverb adds more meaning to the verb also, to the adjectives also, to the prepositions also, everything. It's adding a more value to a sentence. Like, the cash counter is right behind you. Behind is a preposition, but right is an adverb, modifying something more, modifying a verb, modifying an adjective, modifying a preposition or a conjunctions. One, now you know what a verb is, now you know what an adjective is. Further, I'll also tell you what a preposition and what a conjunctions is. When you see a word that is modifying that basic thing, that is an adverb. Very simple to understand. When a word is used to modify an adjective, a verb, a preposition, a conjunction, that word is called an adverb. A preposition by definition is placed before a noun or its equivalent in order to show its relationship in terms of place or time. Preposition is always used before a noun to tell you what the noun has in related to the place it is or to the time it is referring to. Like, for example, I say the space above the room houses the conference facility. Now, above is a preposition that is explaining the relationship between the room and the conference facility. Now, there are no certain rules that you can say are being used to define what the other prepositions are, how to define it. And basically people use it in between, or they use it as link words. But as Fowler points out, Fowler has said that almost all our great writers have allowed themselves to end a sentence or a clause with a preposition. So normally when we read the books, when we read good writers, what do? They put the prepositions at the end. Right, then they end it with a clause, with sentence or a clause with a preposition. The thumb rule is that the sentence should read well. In English, in this language only, in English language only, you cannot be like what tense I should use. If you'll go by book, if you'll go by rules, you will never understand, or you will never be able to speak correct English. That's why, in schools, I remember our teachers used to always say that you have to speak in English. Because once you start speaking in English, once you listen to English, once you start reading English, by yourself, you will get to know that am I speaking it right or wrong. The thumb rule is that the sentence should read well. If you're reading it and you think that yes, everything is well, in that kind your English is correct. That goes with preposition also, that the sentence should read well, the meaning should read well. And always remember that choice of preposition is very, very important, and a wrong preposition completely changes the meaning of the sentence. So preposition is like a very tricky kind of words that come, and they can completely change the meaning of the sentences, whether they are used, whether they are used now, or they are used later, or they are used in between, or they are used at the end of the sentence. That doesn't really be like difficult or different. But yes, if you're using wrong prepositions, then you should know that they will change the meaning of the sentence. Then comes conjunctions. Conjunctions, they're very simple. They join the words or even sentences conveying related ideas, like and but. When you're speaking two words, you have to join them. What you do, you put a word and, or you want to put two statements together which are conveying the same ideas, we use the word and. So and is very there. But if you say correlative conjunctions is also there, neither nor. Right. So you can put a sentence like he's neither this nor that, or he's either this or that, not only but also, both and, whether or, etc. There are lots and lots of conjunctions like these, and these are known as correlative conjunctions because these are also joining the words, joining the sentences, conveying some related ideas or some related meanings. Then comes interjections. Interjections are words which are used in a sentence to express strong emotion or feeling, and they may not form a part of its grammatical structure, right? They show your strong emotions, they show your feeling, like hi, alas, oh, right? Alas means you're very happy. You're showing the happiness to the world. So while expressing your happiness, you use the word alas. That is interjection. Or you say, oh, maybe out of sadness, maybe out of disappointment, you use the word oh, and that is for you're showing that strong emotion, or you're showing that feeling. When you use such words, they are called interjections, and they're quite easy to understand because these are very different kind of words that are expressing how the person is feeling without even saying that I'm feeling happy. You'll say alas. That in itself will show that yes, you're happy. You need not put it in words that alas, I'm happy kind of thing, right? So it shows your strong emotion or feeling. Thank you so much for watching my first video on CSEET series. Hope to keep helping CSEET friends, and I'll keep the chain on for all my students of CSEET. Hope you liked the video, and please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon for all the updates.